Thank you to Homage for sponsoring this video. Homage is your go-to for all retro and vintage clothing, including some of the best Baltimore Ravens gear in the business. T-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, awesome designs. Personally love the NFL Jam collabs they have. Go check them out at the link down below in the description, and thank you to Homage for sponsoring this video.
What is going on, everyone? It's your guy Cole Jackson back here on Road Graders, and we are going to continue going through some of this preseason tape, getting us ready for next week. We are officially 1 week out where the Baltimore Ravens will be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, the 53-man roster came out, and there were a lot of comments on Twitter, a lot of discussion on social media about the wide receiver room for the Baltimore Ravens. I know, what else is new? And so I thought, let's go back, look at TYLAN WALLACE, a guy that I'm wondering if from his preseason performance, some of what he's put on tape in the last 2 seasons could potentially earn him a bigger role. So let's take a look at that before we jump into it, just to kind of put the statistics into context for everybody. So he's played 565 special team snaps, obviously had that big punt return, has been a really key gunner for the Ravens, so a key special teamer, but has only played 94 offensive snaps in the last 3 seasons. That's yielded 7 catches on 13 targets for 67 yards. So a lot of meat left on the bone. But let's take a look at a little bit of what he put on tape in the preseason to see if this is worth a bigger role. So we're going to start here back in the Eagles game. Pretty small catch here, but just up at the top of your screen there, we're going to get that nice little curl route. So obviously dealing with off-man coverage here, running that curl route. He's just going to get out there, get into the back pedal, and then nice quick release, nice catch, come back inside. That's one thing that I think TYLAN WALLACE has always done really well, going back to his Oklahoma State days. Sure hands, good awareness of the ball. You see right there, he's catching it right into his chest, turning and bracing for contact. And something that he has done well is run after the catch. So just kind of showing that off there. And now we're going to see a really nice outside rep here. So he's going to be down here. Let me get that out of your way, at the bottom of your screen. So this is going to be that back shoulder catch from Josh Johnson. So let's roll it through, then come back and watch. We're going to get the snap in there. Nice little split release outside, coming back to the ball. So obviously we want to see plays like this, making plays on the sideline. It's one of the areas where the Baltimore Ravens need to do better. Obviously coming on a deep route is even better. So let's start with his release here. He's obviously on the wide side of the field, which gives him a little bit of advantage, a lot of real estate to work in this general vicinity. One-on-one, we got a guy in press man coverage. So TYLAN's going to come out with the split release where he's going to kind of square up his man, and then he's going to bend that outside and use his speed. And what he does so well here is just gaining enough upfield separation, not necessarily separation, but upfield speed advantage, where he's got a little bit of a head on him, because what that means is as that back shoulder throw comes, he can look back, but the Eagles defender, because he's so tight to him, isn't able to get his head around, and he's not really going to be able to crane his neck inwards. So he's too close with not enough of a lead to be able to look back inside. So that's what gives him an advantage here, obviously, to turn around, and you kind of see the adjustment here. This is something that he did so well at Oklahoma State, was make these adjustments and coming back to the ball. And again, sure hands, something that he's done well. This is, an NFL caliber play here. Good release, enough speed to work up, and great concentration to come back to the ball. So that's just one thing that, stands out to me, making those plays on the sideline, something that, again, I think the Baltimore Ravens need. And I believe that came against that kid out of Georgia. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Kaylee Ringo. So, coming against a solid corner. Now, here's going to be a play where Josh Johnson is going to show that backup quarterback ability. So there's no target here, there's no catch, but you're going to see how this should have been a touchdown. So you got TYLAN WALLACE down here. We're obviously in the red zone on the 5-yard line. You're going to see right there TYLAN WALLACE with the route running ability. And so let's focus here first on Josh Johnson. We start off, Eagles kind of bring some pressure. They're going to bring a 5-man pressure against 5-man protection, and it gets picked up well. You can see right there. Really strong pocket, no pressure coming. No reason for Josh Johnson to bail, but he's going to take off. And why does this matter? Now let's go over and take a look at TYLAN WALLACE. TYLAN WALLACE is going to have that off-man coverage. You see the corner backing up here, and he's basically running that kind of deep, not corner route, pylon route. So he's going to bend that out, and then he's going to get right up, and you can kind of see the quick feet and the route running ability here. So he's going to work up into his kitchen, cut that back inside. He's basically selling the corner that he's going back of the pylon, and then right there he's going to snap off. So he's going to first off cross his face. You can kind of see him hit a bit of a mini swim there, and then get that separation. And as you can see, there's nobody here. If Josh Johnson just hangs in the pocket, he's just now leaving. The pocket was kind of formed here. You can see Filele here. No reason to bail on this pocket. TYLAN Wallace breaks open. Just bad quarterback play there. So let's go back, watch it in full. Wallace breaks free right there. So just if he hangs in, that's another touchdown for TYLAN Wallace. But what I like to see is that short area quickness, especially in the red zone. Selling to the outside, enough quickness to kind of work back inside and then gain that separation. It's something that obviously we want to see. It also kind of showed what he could do in the slot role. That came from, he's an outside receiver, but he's in a tight alignment, so kind of running out of the slot against off-man coverage. So just something to kind of put into perspective. We get into the Falcons game here, and we're going to get a target to, this gets caught by Keith Kirkwood here, who also ended up on the Ravens practice squad, but just looking at a solid non-target route by TYLAN Wallace at the top of your screen. So he's going to sell this deep route right there. He's selling that deep route because you're going to see the corner open inside with inside leverage. As soon as TYLAN sees that, he's going to plant that inside foot, bend it outside, and right there you can see good sideline separation. Obviously, ball going that way. Only factor I'd put into this, with where the cornerback's reading, he might be reading Josh Johnson looking to his left. That might be why he's playing this inside leverage so much. But still, good clean route. Runs that nice and tight. As he makes that bend, he stays on a horizontal line with the yard marker, which is what you want to see. Shows, not lack of detail. It shows a lot of detail where he's going to run that nice and tight because he's giving his quarterback a good target right into there. Lots of separation. Obviously, he's got about 3 yards there. So just kind of an untargeted route, but one where, we're seeing good route running ability, especially as an outside receiver, and playing the sideline routes really well, which is what the Baltimore Ravens need to do to be successful. Now we get into the target he did catch. And again, just good route running, catching through contact. He was obviously at the top of your screen. We'll go back. So he's going to face press here. We're going to once again see that kind of split up. You see that right foot of his as it comes up right there. He's going to square up, release inside, gets through that, press man situation, no problem. And then what he does well here is once he gets side by side, he's going to bend it. Cursor back up here. He's going to bend it a little bit more. So rather than just running straight, he's going to try and run a bit of a cutoff right here. You see that cutoff right there. And what that's going to do is by cutting off to the outside, once he kind of gets out there and then needs to plant that outside foot to come back inside, he steered his corner to the outside. So right here, when he snaps, there's your separation, and it creates that catch window right here. And you can kind of see the box of corners where we're throwing into that coverage, and obviously running through the contact with the safety stepping up. No issues there. If that safety doesn't get that little bit of contact that kind of threw him off, I don't think that corner catches him. But just, really good concentration there. I thought he ran that route really clear where he kind of gets off press man, bends him back to the outside before cutting inside in between that box of coverage and making a tight catch against contact with footsteps from the safety. So just a really clean rep. TYLAN's going to be at the bottom of your screen here. I believe this is the long touchdown. Bit of broken coverage here. Don't want to kind of gloat too much about this one. This was his biggest play of the preseason, but probably the least impressive. He's going to have off-man coverage here. He's just going to bend this inside really well. And we're just throwing over, we got a good pocket here, which allows this longer developing route. We got 2 narrow linebackers there. And then TYLAN, what he does here that's so impressive is just turning on the jets, obviously, to be able to get into the end zone and complete that play. So overall, this is where I'd really like to hear from you guys. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Did TYLAN do anything to change your mind? Is this just a preseason guy, special teams guy in the regular season, will make plays against, the third stringers of the world? Or is this a guy that has some chops and deserves some more snaps on Sundays during September, October, November, throughout the fall, into the winter? Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you're new here, and go check out Homage. Seriously, love all their clothing. I have several t-shirts from them. Getting a crew neck coming in. Just absolutely love their stuff. So go check them out. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.